Hi, I'm Dylan with King's Material and Midland Concrete Products, and today we'll be going over the step-by-step guide of your Dakota Stone fire pit kit to build at your home to enjoy with your friends and family. So the required tools for today's build will be a shovel, a dead blow hammer, a level of your own length choice. I've got a 4-foot and an 18-inch tape measure, an adhesive, caulking gun and the adhesive, a tamper, and a wheelbarrow. I got a little bit of a head start on you here. I've already dug out the excavation site where we're putting the fire pit at. I've dug it down 4 to 6 inches, and that's recommended for industry standard here. I personally use CA6 limestone gravel aggregate. That's 3/4 inch all the way down to fines here. You'll want to put it in 2-inch increments, packing it with your hand tamper here. I use the 10x10 hand tamp. Once that's out, level it out best you can, and then we're ready to start our base course here. So at this point of your project, you're going to be working on your first base course. Now this is the most important part of your fire pit here. I've already placed 11 around here. I'm going to show you how to place one and kind of go over the small details that you'll find. So toss this one in here. Tap it in with your dead blow hammer. You're going to always want to throw the level on it both ways. Make sure it's level there in between the lines. And a pro tip would be, if you do have a 4-footer or a 2x4 you can place your smaller level on, you'll want to level it across this way, making sure all 4 corners are level before you start building up. So at this point of our project on this kit here, we are starting our second course. I did again get a little bit of a head start, but I'll walk through exactly what I did on each part of this. So following along on your cutout sheet you'll receive, we'll have our vertical section here. You'll place your first block. You'll measure on each side here, 18 inches and 18 inches here. That'll center your block up. Now, we'll start with this corner, each corner here. We want a 45 degrees on this one. So if you have a speed square, not required, but it does help with the installation process. So we'll set our block on here, get it to a 45, and then we can set our next ones in between. This is what I'll do now. Gonna want them set them pretty close here. If you eyeball directly above it, you'll see that it's flush with your base course here. If you have a speed square, this is the time to set it up. Make sure you're right there. You may need to bump a little bit. Repeat. Set this one in here, flush above. Eyeball this one with how it's touching. There's a gap here, you can minor adjust it. This is where I would apply the adhesive on each one. Lean this back. If you have a helping hand, they can do it. Or you can remove it now that you kind of know how it's sitting. 2 dollops, set it back on top, give it a nice tap, adjust that one. Now we're on to the next corner. I would remeasure each time to make sure you're symmetrical. Should be 18 inches right here to this block here. Take the speed square if we got it, set it nearby, grab your corner block. Again, flush here, get your speed square, get it adjusted, connect the middle here. Flush right here, down to your base course, speed square, or eyeball it if you don't have one. We're done with this for this one. Next block. Flush here. You see there's a gap right behind here. No worries. We can just minor adjust here. Till we've got it. This is the part where you can set these back. Helping hand can put some adhesive down or remove it one at a time now that you know the general area for it. Adjust this. Make sure that's flush there. We can use our level to go here to make sure that we're getting that plumb. Rinse and repeat for the other corners. And that completes your second course, and we're ready for our cap. We have to be careful to place it on here because these blocks are still setting with the adhesive. I recommend doing a couple dollops on each one before. You can do one side, you can do all of it. You've got about 10 minutes to do the cap before it starts setting up a lot more. If you get the glue done, you're not gonna have to take it back off. So the cutout sheet will show that there's 3 this way, 6, 6, and 3 in the back. I'm gonna start with the 3, centering this one up with your one in the middle, being careful not to shift around them too much. You can always readjust if needed. You wanna get it to about a 2-inch overhang. So just keep adjusting by lifting up and moving it. Remeasuring, might take a couple tries. If you measure both sides, it's going to try to get you square, so you're not going to have to do a whole lot of adjusting later on. Now that that one's set, set your next one. Your last one there. Now on this furthest point out is where we want to measure these guys. So we want to get them at 2 inches. Looking down from below right there, so that's still there. You can also check with a level or a 2x4 that's straight going across here, because this is our starting point. These two should line up. 4 foot's the best, but if you don't have that, no worries. So this one's off by a little bit. Lightly tap it. Mind you, these might move. All right, so these 3 are set, very close. We'll start going back this way now. Set this one down. Get your 4 foot level out already. Double check all the way across here. Then you'll just start working your way down, checking every couple or every single one, whichever one you feel comfortable with. Right. Grab our tape measure. Again, there's the face of it. Measure out. It's close to 2, not exactly. We'll keep it for now. Furthest out points. Look from above, 2 inches. We're good. We're going to place our last block here. We're going to measure it first. That point right here, it's about 3 inches, so we got off a little bit. Bump it in. Check the level. See that I got off right here. There's a gap back here, so we'll have to adjust that. All right, we're pretty good on that side. We're still good down here. Then we'll start on our next one, repeating the first half that we did. All right, see that we're off right here, so we're gonna have to go back and adjust everything. So we're about 1.5 inches over here. It's about 1/2 inch right here. So that's where we got off. So just minor adjustments. It may take some time. You want to do it once and do it right. And the glue's still setting up. Closer yet here now. Little adjustment right here. Friendly reminder, when you are bumping into these may move underneath. Double check them. That one's still good there. We should be set up pretty good there. I recommend let the adhesive dry in this case before you put your metal insert in. Therefore, you won't get any shifting when you do get ready to drop the insert in. There's a lot of things that can move. Now that we have the cap done, we're ready to move on to putting the insert in. It's always nice to have an extra set of hands where we can grab it from both sides. One person set their end down first and release. We're ready to move on to our final step. So we've made it to the final step for your Dakota Stone kit. I've got sand here. We'd like to fill this inside here up to the bottom of the steel insert, all the way up to here. Personal preference, you can raise that further up to have your fire more exposed. I've got sand here, just normal production sand. I'm gonna toss it in there. Smoothing it out as you go to your desired height. Once you fill that up, spread it out, then you're ready to start your fire. Sit back and enjoy it with your family and friends.